Very good evening.
Good evening.
Backup பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
பழனியப்பன் Galaxy.
Office. Yes sir. Office ல இருக்கோம். அவர் பழனியப்பன் Galaxy தான். Midtown sir. But company name is Galaxy.
Good evening, na. Easwarang, na.
Welcome.
Good evening.
President, good evening.
Good evening.
Speakers, sir. Good evening, speakers.
Good evening, Gopi.
Easwaran sir. Welcome.
பழனியப்பன் வணக்கம், நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா?
நல்லா இருக்கேங்க சார். பாருங்க எப்படியே பாத்தி அமெரிக்கால இருக்க பாக்குற பக்கத்துல இருக்க பாக்கல இப்படி பாக்குறோம்.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
President, welcome.
Good evening. Sir,
Good evening.
the screen எடுத்துருங்க.
Reshna, good evening. Miles Amina, good evening.
Good evening. Very good evening. Mama.
Akila, good evening.
Anandanna kaano.
Akila, good evening, Akila.
Good evening,
Good
Doctor.
evening.
Anandanna காணுங்கண்ணா.
இருக்கறே.
அண்ணா போட்டோல மாத்திரம் தான் இருக்காங்க.
ஆமாமா. அவரு வருவார். On time.
Annannalai President of Akruti.
Yes.
Yes.
ஏமால ஸ்டில் போட்டுருக்க அகிலாண்டேஸ்வரி அகிலமா
அண்ணா நான் நெத்தியில பட்டையெல்லாம் வச்சிட்டு உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கேங்க சாமி கூட்டி வந்து
பரவாயில்ல நல்லா இருக்கு சந்தோஷம் அவரு நல்ல இந்த கார்த்திகை தீபம் everybody will know that no problem
அதனால சரி அந்த போட்டோவே இருக்கட்டும்னு விட்டுட்டேங்கண்ணா
சரி Sir, what time in US now? Early morning, sir.
7:25 a.m.
Oh,
Central Time.
okay, right.
நான் இத வச்சு தான் பேசணும் இல்லையாமா?
Still we are waiting. Our people are Rotarians are very busy. They keep adding. We said 7 o'clock they will be on time.
Happy morning to the visitors from across the globe. This is Gopinath and happy evening to all of you here. I am the MC for the evening today. We will start the meeting exactly at 7:05 and we also have a YouTube link. We have requested a lot of members to join us on YouTube link because we have a limitation of 100 people. So that's why this crowd. Right now we have about 8 people here in our office, they are all logged in using the YouTube. Welcome to the speakers today. Till for another 10 minutes, we can introduce ourselves. Thank you.
A cup of coffee.
Yeah, okay.
Good. One by one, you want to introduce before the starting, we can do.
Start.
Now, President.
Yes.
Anna, you can நீங்க introduce பண்ணிக்கலாம் முதல்ல.
Yes, okay. I am SP Shanmugam, President Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Saicity, and I am having a cinema theatre complex in Coimbatore, 3 theatre complex, and I am a member of this club for last 20 years. Yeah. Thank you. President, Mr. Next,
All the presidents who are here, can you introduce yourself, please? Thank you.
This is Palni from Rotary Club of Saicity.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Murugan,
This
sir.
is Panipan from Rotary Midtown, sir.
I am Rotarian Dr. Nirmala Nadarajan, President from Rotary Club of Coimbatore.
Good, welcome. Yeah. Next President.
Akila.
Good evening, everybody. I am Rotarian Akila Andishwari, President, Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Akriti.
So only women's club in our district, 3201.
3201.
Dynamic club. Emma?
சொல்லுங்க நான் நீங்க தான் சொல்லணுங்க. டைனமிக் நீங்க சொன்னா நான் சரின்னு கேட்டுக்கிறேன்.
Right, okay.
நேர்ல வாங்க, நீங்க நேர்ல வாங்க.
ஓ வெல்கம்
அண்ணா
பரவாயில்ல.
Yeah.
உன்னுடைய பக்தி பரவசத்தை பார்க்கலாம் வாமா.
குட் ஈவினிங் சார்.
ஹாய் கவிதா, எங்க கிளப் எக்ஸிகியூட்டிவ் செக்ரட்டரிங்க கவிதா கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் வந்துட்டாங்க.
Okay.
Eji.
Anthony ji.
Yes, good evening, good evening.
Eji, good evening, Eji. Jai Krishna. Uptown, from Uptown.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. President ji, good evening.
Good evening.
Krishna, good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Jay sir, please introduce yourself.
So, madam, நீங்க என்ன கேக்குறீங்களா?
ஆமா.
ஆமா.
Jai Krishna. Jai Krishna from Uptown. President, Uptown President. Yes.
Thank you. Hi Kavita.
Hi.
Sukku coffee or tea? Exam, tea or coffee? Sukku coffee or tea? Lemon tea.
கவிதா, இந்த காஃபி குடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க.
இன்னும் மீட்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகலையே ஜி.
ஸ்டார்ட் ஆக போகுது. 5 minutes. Doctor, welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, you can introduce yourself to the chief guest. They will be very happy to hear about you.
Good evening, everyone. I am
Good evening.
Doctor.
I am Dr. Vijay Sadasivam. I am the consultant pediatric cardiac surgeon at Ramakrishna Hospital, Coimbatore.
वॉल का कलर क्या था? वॉल का कलर क्या था? बताओ जल्दी, बैठ कर नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ मैं, वॉल का पूछ रहा हूँ। वॉल का कलर क्या था? वीडियो दोबारा मत देखना, बताओ वॉल का कलर क्या था?
Something like, okay.
I am part of the project Gift of Life, which is being conducted by our esteemed Saicity Club, Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Saicity. In this program, we do free congenital heart surgery for needy children.
Okay.
You know that Mr. Ryland from New York City, right? The Gift of Life.
Ryland, no, they're from your city?
Actually, we supported a pediatric heart surgery project in Bombay.
That's a Gift of Life International.
Yeah, right here.
That's a that's a different organization, but this is
really?
that's it as a separate charity. This is associated with only by Rotary funding from Rotary International and matched by the 2 clubs, one from Germany, one from Saicity.
Okay.
And Dr. Vijay is instrumental in taking up all the surgeries, and so far we have nearing around 1,000 surgeries and 100% success rate.
Yeah, so that's what they also say from Bombay. You know, this Bombay club, they are doing that.
Yeah.
They also have 1,000 more.
Yes. There are 3 clubs in India doing it.
I heard there is something from Kerala also. Is it? I heard from the gentleman. I thought it.
Yeah, maybe Jay Shankar. Yeah, they have started it now. Cochin Midtown.
Okay.
One of the oldest running program is organized by our clubs.
Oh, wonderful.
Dr. Vijay, 1,000 surgery have a virtual big function. You'd like to see it.
Welcome. Yeah, sir. Sure.
Yes, sir. Yes.
During the end of maybe COVID is not there, our President Sanmugam would have done it. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, IPDG. Sorry, PDG. Sorry.
Good evening to you all. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Milesami, can I speak for some time?
Yeah, please. We are at liberty to talk.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to congratulate the President and Secretary of Saicity doing a wonderful job. Especially we are talking about Gift of Life and rehabilitation for spinal injury. And this year, through Conisant, you are getting around 2,000 computers, which we are providing to all the government school in and around Coimbatore. Really great. And today the speaker, which whom we got getting from Texas. Recently, I visited my sister and a lot of my family friends are there. In this year of the commemoration of centenary anniversary of Mahakavi Subramani Bharathi, it is indeed pleasure to be associated with Mr. Sam Kannappan, who is propagating Tamil and it is rich culture in the USA. Thank you very much for spending time with us and enlightening us on wastewater treatment and the role of Rotarians in the same this effort, which is the need of the hour. It's also a historical time for every Indian and Tamilan in have Indian in major positions in the political arena in the US. Thank you once again for taking time out to be with us. Looking forward to be a long-lasting association with you. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
JG, we wanted to give you a time, but now you finished your talk. After the meeting started.
Anyway, sometimes you may forget it. That's why I finished my
We'll start the meeting by 7:05. I think our MC is ready. Video move a minute. Yeah.
சாமினா என்னை ஒரு தடவை பாத்துக்கோங்க, நான் வெளிய போறேன்.
போட்டோ எடுத்துட்டேன்.
வராமே இருந்திருக்கலாம்.
ஜான்சன்னா, இது தேவையா எனக்கு?
கார்த்திகை தேவம்மா, ஹாப்பி கார்த்திகை தேவம்.
சாமி கும்பிட்டு நீங்க நல்ல வேளை லேட்டா வச்சதுனால சாமி கும்பிட்டு வந்து உட்கார்றதுக்கு சௌரியமா
வெரி குட் வெரி குட் வெரி குட் வெரி குட். அந்த இதுதான் ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது.
Shall we start the meeting?
Yeah, please. Yes.
Okay. We're going to mute all of you. Please, whoever wants to talk can unmute and do, or just raise your hand. We'll unmute you. Right?
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Happy evening to all of you and happy morning to the visitors from across the globe. I would ask our president and all the presidents here, meeting call to order.
Yeah.
Next is Rotary prayer by S. Palniyappan, our president of Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Midtown. Rotarian Palniyappan, please.
Yes. Very good evening to all. Rotary prayer. Oh God. One second. Rotary prayer. Oh God, creator of all things, Father of mankind, we thank thee for inspiring our founder with the principles of Rotary based on high ideals of morality. We implore thee to help us Rotarians to imbibe deeply the true Rotary spirit and to labor incessantly for the establishment of peace and goodwill among all people, for the elimination of all bars of color, creed, and clime, for the
I think we have lost him. Sorry. Now the next is on the agenda is our four-way test.
Economic and social barriers, and for the proper handling of sanctity and human personality, and the dignity may live in amity and fellowship, and really our one true eternal and loving Father.
Thank you, Rotarian Palniyappan. Now I request our another Palniyappan, president of Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Saicity, to give us four-way test for us.
Good evening all. The four-way test. Of the things you think, say or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Palniyappan. Now, Our welcome address by our President SP Shanmugam, Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Saicity. Please, sir.
Good evening to one and all. Good evening to one and all present here. I am happy to welcome you all for the joint meeting organized by the Rotary Club of Coimbatore Saicity, along with RCC, Akrudi, Cybersity, Coimbatore East, Galaxy, Heritage, Icon, Coimbatore, Meridian, Midtown, Tech City, Uptown, and Wind City. I welcome respective club presidents, office bearers, and all Rotarians for this wonderful session today. On behalf of all of us, I am extremely happy to welcome our guest from the USA, Mr. Sam Kannappan, President, Tamil Studies Chair at the University of Houston, and Rotarian Dr. Pragasham Tata from Chicago, who has come forward to share his thoughts with us. Both are eminent personalities in their respective field, and we are very happy to have them with us today. I welcome our first district director, Rotarian Murugan, and all AGs and GGRs and all past and present district officials present over here for the joint speaker session. We in the district 3201 execute many projects, benefit the society to the tune of $2 to $3 million worth every year to uplift the economically backward community. Rotarian Murugan will share a few noteworthy projects of our district during his address. With few words, I welcome you all once again for this joint speaker meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, President Shanmugam. Now I request our past district director to give his about D-39. Rotarian Murugan, we request you to give your address, sir. Rotarian Murugan is our past district director of G39 clubs and of Coimbatore.
அறத்தான் வருவதே இன்பம் மற்றெல்லாம் புறத்த புகழும் இல ஐயன் வள்ளுவ பேராசான். The presiding officer of this program, Rotarian Shanmugam of Rotary Coimbatore Saicity, the fellow presidents of other district officials and invited guests, good evening to all of you. The G39 clubs, predominantly we are an association of clubs of Coimbatore based clubs. We have about 39 plus one new club here in Coimbatore with a population of around about 1,800 Rotarians here in Coimbatore. Most of the clubs are average size clubs with around about 40 to 50 members. We are very, very active in the service activities of Rotary, especially in the 6 areas of focus. The last so many years, we have been concentrating, we have been embarked on our journey on many innovative projects in this region. Projects like Gift of Life, projects like Hope After Fire, projects like educational scholarships, so many projects. We have been doing numerous number of projects. All the clubs have got, all the 39 clubs have got at least 2 or 3 signature projects. So Rotary is very active here in this part, and also Rotary enjoys a brand equity here in Coimbatore, especially among the public also. Rotary has got a very positive image among the community. So that is a very, very interesting thing here in Coimbatore. In the recent past, we are doing all the G39 clubs put together, individually also doing global grants. The last year alone, we have done around 14 global grants here from this Coimbatore city. This year also, we are embarked our journey on implementing a number of projects under global grant. And also, our contribution to Rotary Foundation is enormous. Coimbatore clubs, almost all the clubs are contributing to Rotary Foundation year after year. Last year, Coimbatore city alone has contributed more than $600,000 to Rotary Foundation. That is an innovative thing. And also, out of 1,800 Rotarians, last year, almost 890 Rotarians have contributed to Rotary Foundation. So Rotary is very active in this part. Rotary is very vibrant in this part. All the clubs of this region are very, very effective Rotary clubs. So that's all about our clubs. We look forward for partners from overseas. Already we are working with many clubs here, especially from USA. See, last year we had 2 clubs from USA, Portland, Rotary Club of Portland and Rotary Club of Palm Springs from California. They have joined with us. This year also we are getting partnerships from many clubs from USA also. We request the visiting gentlemen, the Rotarian Rotary leaders to help us to find more partners so that we can extend the Rotary service to many people here in this part of the country. Thank you very much. Over to the MC.
Thank you, sir. So nice of you. Now I request to introduce our chief guest. Introduction of chief guest by Nirmala Natarajan. She is the president of Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Coimbatore. Dr. Nirmala, please. Nirmala madam, can you unmute yourself, please? Unmute. Nirmala madam, you need to unmute. Nirmala madam, we can't hear you. Can you? Yes. Yes, thank you.
Are you able to hear me now? Thank you. A very warm good evening to all. This evening, I have the great pleasure of introducing to you our chief guest of honor, Sri Chokkalingam Sam Kannappan, a great personality. He is a professional engineer in Texas. He is a CEO and president of ABI Enterprises, which provides pipeline design consulting services in Houston. He is also a licensed Texas real estate broker since 1979. He served as a vice chairman of Texas Board of Professional Engineers and as commissioner, Texas On-Site Wastewater Treatment Research Council. He now serves on One Call Board of Texas. He is the author of Book of Introduction to Pipe Stress Analysis and the engineering software S-Flex. Sri Kannappan established a hospitality committee in 1971 to help heart surgery patients from India. He is the co-founder of Bharathi Kalai Manram and founder secretary of Houston Sri Meenakshi Temple from 1977. He developed Tamil fonts with voice synthesizer for those who cannot speak and gave to former Chief Minister MGR. He is the founder of Kannappan Art Museum in Pearland. He is the president of Houston's Tamil Studies Chair at the University of Houston. He is the president of Annannalai University Alumni Association. He served as the co-chairman of Millennium Republic Day celebration on January 27, 2001, with a gathering of 25,000 people. He led the rebuilding of 250 homes damaged in Gujarat after the earthquake. He persuaded President George W. Bush and lawmakers in Washington, D.C. to increase the Gujarat Earthquake Relief Fund to $10 million. Houston Mayor Brown declared December 27, 2003 as Sam Kannappan Day in Houston. He graduated with BE Honors from Annannalai University and Master from the University of Texas, Austin. He served as Associate Lecturer at PSG College of Technology from 1965 to 1968. Sri Kannappan and his wife Meenakshi settled in Texas 52 years ago. They raised 4 children, Ramesh, Ryan, Abhinami, and Ram. I am very happy to introducing you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, madam. So nice of you to introduce our chief guest. Now I request our chief guest to address us. Mr. Sam Kannappan, our chief guest for the evening. Please, sir.
Dear friends, can you hear me all?
Yeah. Yes.
I thank you all for this opportunity to speak to you. I plan to talk about 4 topics. One is impact in India after the US election. According to Instagram exit poll, Indian American voters favored President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris over President Trump, 72% to 26%. Prime Minister Modi said Kamala's success is an inspiration for the Indian American community. Biden's call to Modi recently showed that Biden would work with India closely, since Biden said USA and India are natural allies. Some reform is expected in H-1B visa regulations. Both countries can work together against terrorism. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris talks about her Indian origin mother often. She seems to have special liking for cuisine of South India, with idli and sambar as her favorites, and shows off her interest in making dosa. Kamala mentioning the Tamil word sittis went viral. Some have raised questions about her statement about change in Rule 370 in Kashmir. Still, many Indian Americans contributed heavily for Biden-Harris election fund. The general expectation is that some desirable changes would come through on the issues affecting Indian Americans and their country of origin. While China may be a dominant topic for strategies for cooperation between USA and India, it would be a mistake to limit our shared values to China. Together, USA and India can be a forcible advocate of democracy, religious freedom, and human rights. When these principles are at a historic point of fracture, the two nations should find ways to promote the ideas and work towards greater cooperation, freer flow of goods, capital, and talent, and advance global prosperity. Together, the two nations have the economic, technological, and brain power to advance these ideas and drive progress, a force for good. Let us briefly look at China. China's global aggressive expansion policies and US foreign policies needs to be taken into account. China's human rights violations against its own minority communities and US actions to contain and minimize the same. China's continuing copyright violations and how US will protect its inventions from those violations. So that is topic 1. Now topic 2. Experiences gained during my life here in USA for past 52 years and my family ancestry. I completed my SSLC in my village, Natrasankotai in Chettinadu. So most of my core values were derived from my family. I came to USA in 1968, one of the most turbulent years in US history. I decided to focus on social causes rather than developing my own business. That gave me full satisfaction about purpose of life. 3. Houston Tamil Studies Chair at University of Houston. Houston Chair was established in 2018. Other chairs in USA are Berkeley, Harvard, and Stony Brook. Each chair focuses on specific area. Houston Chair will conduct research on Tamil culture, traditions, and trade. The total amount to be deposited with the University of Houston is $2 million, about 40 crore rupees. About $600,000 is collected till now. We hope to collect $1 million by July 2021, Federation of Tamil Sangam's conventions, and deposit the same with the University of Houston. Some of the research programs will start in 2021. University of Houston pays the salary of the professor. Only income for investment will be spent on the programs. The base fund will continue to grow. I request Tamils all over the world to support Houston Tamil Studies Chair. Now I come to your topic. Role of Rotarians in wastewater treatment. I myself is not a Rotarian, but I will tell you my experience with water treatment. I was heavily involved in interconnecting the rivers during Prime Minister Vajpayee and the President Abdul Kalam. I understand that Rotary Club meeting may be held in Houston after Taipei in 2022. Please visit Energy Capital Houston and enjoy great state of Texas. As you know, water resource is limited, so ways to conserve and reuse water needs attention. Based on the intended use, it can be drinking water, gray water, or black water. Many modern buildings are built with dual water systems separating them. Grey Water Action is a collaborative of educators who teach residents and tradespeople about affordable and simple household water systems that dramatically reduce water use and foster sustainable cultures of water. Through hands-on workshops and presentations, Grey Water Action teaches thousands of people through grey water system design and construction and work with policymakers and water districts to develop codes and incentives for grey water, rainwater harvesting, and composting toilets. We believe that decentralized conservation measures can play a critical role in drought resilience, climate adaptation, and the return of healthy stream ecosystems. I have been in touch with NASA water research projects, so they are available under licensing. If any one of you interested in pursuing wastewater treatment or water conservation projects done by NASA already, please contact me. I thank Mr. Shanmugam, the President, and Dr. Nirmala Natarajan, who introduced me, and all the Rotarians for giving me the opportunity. Now I'll request Dr. Prakasham to be introduced and share his actual experience with water resources. I have a lot more information with me. I will share it with you one-on-one basis. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful address. We will take up your offer. We will push you to the limits. I think Coimbatore needs this water treatment. I don't know if you have traveled to Coimbatore, but recently Coimbatore has changed a lot, the physical appearance. The last leg between the wastewater getting dumped into the lake is not taken care. So we will take up this offer of treatment and do a project in the next coming year. Hopefully same time next year, you will address us with the project with D-39 across. Now I have great pleasure in introducing Prakasham V.S. Tata. He is a doctoral. His resume is very interesting. I will start with the family background. Dr. Tata is 83 and is in excellent health. Born in India to Mrs. and Dr. Suryanarayanan Tata in 1939, he lost his father when he was just 3. When he grew in the home of his grandfather in a combined family, setting with his uncle's family of 10, widowed mother, 2 younger sisters of age 6 and 3 months, widowed grandmother, his mother's mother, and a widowed aunt, his grandfather's daughter. In 1944, Dr. Prakash's life took a tailspin, and the combined family home was divided because his grandfather died, And in a relatively small portion of the house that his grandfather willed to his widowed daughter-in-law, that is Dr. Tate's mother, he was raised by his mother, aunt, and grandmother. He received his MS degree in 1955. He's married to Padma in 1953. After serving in the field of rural water supply and sanitation for 7 years, he left India for his doctoral studies in 1962 at Rutgers University. He was joined by his wife in 1965 with their 2 daughters. From 1973, all of them have migrated and they are naturalized citizens of the US. Dr. Prakasham and Mrs. Padma are blessed with a son born in 1966 in US. The same year, he also received his PhD from Rutgers University. Prakash and Padma have 4 grandsons, 1 granddaughter, and 2 great-grandsons. His educational background: he graduated in 1953 with a bachelor's degree majoring in chemistry from Andhra University. In 1955, he received his master's from Nagpur University. In 1966, he received his doctoral fellowship in majoring in environmental sciences from Rutgers University. His list of professional and community service activities are innumerable. I'm just pointing some of them. It's just a short summary. I will try my best. 60 plus years of experience in the environmental engineering and science professional dealing with design, research, training, management, consulting in the following areas: water and wastewater treatment, water quality and sustainability, sludge treatment and management, emission control and climate change, industrial wastewater treatment, water treatment plant operation training and seminar, lake pollution remediation, land application of waste, and rural water supply and sanitation in developing countries. He has been the Executive Director, Center for the Transformation of Waste Technology, Naperville, Illinois. He's been the Assistant Director and Head of the Environmental Monitoring and Research Division of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago. Distinguished Professor of Environmental Sciences and Health, Maharaja Institute of Medical Sciences. He's been a coordinator and research monitor for various companies and a student, doctoral student. He's a member, advisory board, Engineers Without Borders India from 2011 till today. He is the adjunct professor and research professor in Illinois Institute of Technology, Chicago, and taught various environmental engineering courses to graduates and undergraduate students. Consultant for USA and developed countries. He is a consultant for United Nations Developing Program, National Academy of Science. To his past activities, he is very much into Water Environmental Federation. He is into Research Council of Water Environment Research Foundation. He is an association of metropolitan sewage agencies on the Air Quality Committee. He is also a member of the Water Quality Association. He has authored or co-authored 5 books, and his publications and reports are 155. So nice of you to address us, Dr. Prakasham. Thank you so much, and please, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. Good evening. I think you have taken much of my time in reading that thing. I should have done that. But anyway, can I share my screen with you? Let me see. I don't know how to do this. I have a presentation. I'm not good at this kind of stuff, but let me see if I could. At least if I could get this. I think I'm messing up.
So we can just touch that open, sir. Then you can go for F5, button F5 will come to the big screen.
Looking at that, my file, where is that? No, this is something else. Let me see if I can. Oops, sorry. I should have
So
sent
so you can just close those unnecessary screens, sir. Which you want to share, you can go for share screen and put F5 button. That will come for a larger screen, sir.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, sir.
This is the button. F5 you said. Can you see me? This? Can you see this?
Yes, sir. We are able to see that. We are able to see that, but you can make it a bit larger.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's good, sir.
Yes,
you can
sir.
go ahead, sir.
I'm sorry for this.
We can see it, sir.
Absolutely perfect.
Happens, sir.
You can
Okay,
carry on, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dr. Gopinath, Dr. Murugan sir, everybody, all the beautiful ladies and all the young people there. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I particularly thank Dr. Kannappan, to actually invite me to this presentation. I happen to be a Rotarian. Thank you, all the Rotarians there. My greetings from Naperville, Illinois. I'm the District 6450. The Rotary 1 is the birthplace of Rotary. I'm glad to be with you. And let's see if I can get this moving here. How popular, just some little information, we can see this. How popular is the name of Rotary, somebody said. Only 74% of the people know Rotary, but UNICEF and Lions Club are more relatively known. It's this survey of the Rotary that they did it. Only 25% of the people know another Rotarian. Interesting, isn't it? Since 2013, Rotary did 1,000 water projects in 100 countries. The projects included water purification, latrine construction, hygiene education, and waste management. These are I'm talking only about the focus area of water and sanitation. There are 6 areas of focus. Now 7 is going to be introduced from July 1, which is the environment. Now, let me tell you about my little passion. At the age of 19, when I was working in the first job, I owe a debt of gratitude. Yesterday was Thanksgiving here. To an American professor who changed my life actually at the age of 19. He told me, he was my boss. I was associated with the All India Institute of Hygiene and Public Health at that time to do a project in Sundur Health Center. It's a completely small village. I lived in a small village of 500 people. And open defecation is a very big problem, as you know. Before this project, I opened up, I'm going to talk about that, in a village of 400 people. Now, this is the situation over there. I mean, you can see on the left, the blue thing, that's the kind of a latrine that they have. And the open drain, people living next to it, ironing clothes, eating everything, and so on and so forth. This is the way 4 lanes of Harijans, Dalits, living there, scheduled caste people. And absolutely, they don't have too many latrines there. And as you can see, there are so many mobile telephones at the time than having toilets. And so before the implementation of the project that I did this, Dupara, that was my dream project because I wanted to eliminate, at least in a small community, this open defecation, because in Bengal, I saw people, young ladies going in the evening to the field. I didn't understand in the beginning why they were doing that. Bands of 4 or 5 batches of young ladies used to walk by the main window where I lived. There was no electricity, no running water in this village, no radio, no telephone, nothing. So actually typical village, a very dusty village, no roads, nothing. Then when I became fluent in Bengali, then I found out from talking with my friends and colleagues, I became a part of the family there. Then they said they're going out to ease themselves. They hold it up till the evening. And maybe that's also a socialization for them to interact with the families and things like that. So my dream was to have a project where I have an integrated system of sanitation as well as water supply. So one of the things I found out was that I have to be a part of the community. Otherwise, I can build it and leave it there and nobody's going to use it. So I sat with this community of 400 people in Duppara village near my birthplace, Vijayanagaram. I sat with them. I go there every year. I started going there since 1974, spending 2-3 months. Lately, from 2002, when I retired deliberately to do this kind of Rotary work. Up to that point, I would go there for a month to see my mother and the sisters. And so the one thing they were to do is go to the villages and sit with them and talk to them. At least in 2002, when I retired, I went there. I sat with this group of people, just at least 15 times, to talk to them about the benefits of the project that I'm going to provide to them, whether they will be using the latrines that I'm going to build for them. All these things I have to have, because I firmly believe, living in that village of 70 years, that social behavior change is absolutely needed. Unless you work with them, you're a part of them, things won't change. And I sat with them. I said, look, I'm a Pandit. And you see, for the past misdeeds we did some mistakes. And now I want to repay for you. I want to build this thing. Would you use it? Would you be able to use it? So I brought them to my kind of thinking, and I extracted a pledge from them. How much and then I also said, when I build this facility, when I give them pure drinking water, they don't have to go to well, pull it with a windlass and all that kind of stuff. Eliminate the difficulties, carrying the parts on their head and break them in between. Then you can go to a small spigot where this water treatment plant is going to be built, and they can buy the water, because I needed some money to actually maintain the latrines that I'm going to build, and also the water, if in case there's some spare parts are needed for the system we're going to build. So I asked the women, particularly elderly women, to go and talk to each other and see how much money they can afford to contribute to this project, so that they will have the water that they will need to drink, and also use the latrines comfortably without going to the open fields. That's the kind of a thing I did. And so these are the kind of an audience I had. At least once a month, I used to go that 2-3 months, I used to have these meetings, and then intermittently go and talk to individually also while I'm there. And I was there. So this is the beautiful complex I built for them. Give us a clap. So it's a $45,000 project. I raised the money through Rotary, of course. These are two, the men's complex as well as the women's complex, separated by a park, so that they can come and sit there in the evening and chat. And the men cannot cross the women cannot cross the men, So it's a very isolated, that way we isolated the entries to these two latrine complexes, and they can use that. And this is the inside of the latrine complex. Built it. If why a pit latrine? If I don't want to use a pit latrine, why villagers should use that? Why cannot be as comfortable as I'm saying? Look I took an architect from here. 2 of us went there and a small Rotary grant. First of all, to see, and my architect friend, I said, look, we have to design something which is unique for these villagers to experience. And look at the atrium that they built. So it is very shiny. We put ventilators in these rooms so that they don't stink. And when it was completely built, I thought, maybe they would sleep here rather than using the latrine. But my prayer was answered. They were using that, keeping that clean also. Even today, it's working beautifully. And this is the RO plant we put there, because this water is salty to taste. And so we have to remove the salt. And I don't believe in RO plants even treating for municipal water. Please don't do that, because Dr. Nirmala is here. She's a physician. She can tell you if you pull all the elements out of it, the ions, is going to cause you some sickness. WHO has a big report on that one. So here at the Rotary one, I tell them not to entertain too many projects with RO plants. They used to do that before. When I came to know about that, I mentioned to them that we should really consider that If somebody is going to RO, they should be actually supplementing with some salts to get the mineral balance. So right now, it is, I did a study on this one, 3 years, 4 years, I did that. And then I cannot I actually eliminated 100% of open defecation because these people go to the villages and earn their livelihood over there. So about in the morning they go, they come in the evening. So some people will go away, and my statistics showed 86% of open defecation were eliminated. The revenue collected by the sale of water is sufficient to maintain and operate the water sanitation complex. And the handing over the maintenance and operation now, what I found was our Rotarian friends are business people. They actually are not maintaining a schedule to go there regularly to watch it. This is the thing I heard from the villagers. I asked them, how are my friends? Are they coming here to see you regularly? They promised me that they would go there once a week to see it. So they were very nice to say to me they were hiding something, but they're not coming here. But then I said, I talked to the president of the club. I said, Kiran, we have to do something about this. Then he found a very nice NGO, Srinivas Seva Samiti, and handed it over to them. And now it's working so beautifully. They established a coupon system and everything, and it is working like a charm. And so now I go there, visit annually, and make sure that the project is working and sustaining. Last 2-3 years, I apologize, I couldn't go there because of the difficulties, but I heard reports that they're doing wonderful. So this sustainability, it must be an element. Whatever project we do, it must sustain on its own. And the people have to accept it, the moral of the story. That's what I tell to my Rotarian friends, please be with the people. Then it will sustain by itself. Now I have a request to Dr. Murugan, the past director, because he says that his dynamic is looking for some cooperation with the other Rotary agencies. I am now designing a project of plastic pollution elimination in Visakhapatnam. It's a coastal city. And I've been working with this group for 3 years, the volunteer group. Excellent volunteers. I can share this thing with your club, your president, anybody who's interested in knowing about it. And I need your support because this is a project I want to do. This is again the dream project. There's so much plastic on the streets, that I don't have to tell you. So how do you eliminate this? So there's a project, this is a very busy slide, you don't do that. But again, this is a project I conceived and I said it must be done after mingling in the society and with the people. There is a Youth for Society group. There are uneducated graduates, unemployed graduates, I say, of BA, BCom degree, or 4 or 5 of them. They became activists. Social activists. They want to clean up the plastic waste in Visakhapatnam. So they gathered themselves, formed a small India Youth for Society and collected volunteers. They're collecting plastic from the streets, carrying it with their hands, and sometimes they rent the auto rickshaw and carry it. So I took a Rotarian friend of mine in 2019, Dr. Roger Ilef is a physician. He was originally an environmental engineer, then he turned a physician. We saw that facility, and then we thought, it might be a good idea if we gave them a pickup truck so that their work will be facilitated, and also they can make some extra income by renting it when they're not collecting the plastic waste from the streets. So that's it. You can a small picture, you can see that with the logos in it. And I have a small charity organization called Bharathi Tirtha. We raised some money, and this truck was donated to them after Shivratri Day to this young youth society, and this is working beautifully. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 has taken a dent on this project because, but for them to make an income, that is, the streets were blocked in some areas, so they cannot move easily. So, but now again, it's being released, as you said, the pandemic is receding there. It looks like people are moving, and that truck is being used. So I thought by now the project I'm going to do, this is where I think you people, if you can think about cooperating with us, we are looking for partners and providing a more energy efficient machinery to shred the plastic. The municipal corporation gave them a little shed. They also provided them with water and electricity. What they're doing now, there are 2 machines, very old machines. They make a lot of noise, and then God only knows when they will break down. And this machinery should be replaced. And if we buy some efficient machinery to shred it into small pieces and granules, they're able to make some money by selling it to bulk recyclers. And our idea is to actually increase the capacity of this plant also. They're processing 100 kilograms per hour. It can be, if it goes up to 300 kilograms per hour, they can make an extra income. And also it can be a model project for a lot of small towns for the collection of the plastic and then shredding it and recycle it and reuse it and so forth. And also there are a couple of ideas there now we're investigating. There's a gentleman who got a patent from the NRDC in India to make plastic tiles from this waste also. And that plant probably would be located pretty close to the dump site where these young people are working with these two machines. And also in one of the industrial estates, they're using plastic as an input to a factory to produce some oil. So they can really give this material also instead of going to the bulk recyclers and spending money. They can do this for this as an input material for these two plants also. So from all points of view, there is an income generation. And when once we have this, about a few people can be employed also, uneducated, unemployed people can be employed, in this sorting out, collection, processing of the plastic waste and so forth. So it has the ingredients of eliminating water pollution, also cleaning the environment, and also providing some employment to some young people who are unemployed there. So this is the project we are now planning on. And this project, these are the kind of machinery that is needed. The estimated project cost is about $75,000. These are the machines that we investigate. And of course, I've reached about half the point mark in contributions. And if your Coimbatore district is interested, we can join hands in this one. And I'm looking for some district designated fund and stuff like that. And probably in the future, we can collaborate again. This is after all Rotary. Rotarians are all brothers and sisters. So we can, I will instigate my club to cooperate with you in the future projects and so forth. So thank you again for this opportunity that you gave me. And another project that also in lake remediation in my own town. That's not a Rotary project, but I persuaded the district collector for 15 years it took me to convince the district collector, one of the young dynamic collector, he was there. And we remediated the pollution of a 170-acre man-made lake in the city of my birth, which is Vijayanagaram. And that worked for 6 years beautifully. Of course, any little thing that you do, it needs management, operation, and maintenance. And that was lacking at that time. Where there were no fish, the fish came. And there is a lake remediation project also did it. That's not a Rotary one, but the local government itself funded about 4 crores worth of rupees. Otherwise, they were trying to spend about something like 30 crores to build an activated sludge treatment plant, which won't work there. So this is the equipment that we need for this project and the Rotary that we're currently thinking of doing it. So with that, I thank you very much for this opportunity to bond with you, with the fellow Rotarians, and I'll particularly talk with Sam Kannappan to drag me into this, to chat with him, and then introduce you to this Coimbatore club members. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. If you can unshare your screen.
How do I do that now? Let me see.
Stop sharing.
Stop sharing.
It was on top. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you once again, sir, for both of you joining so early today on a long weekend and Thanksgiving weekend. And it is our pleasure to thank you formally for joining us. I request our Rotarian Palnipan of Galaxy to say a vote of thanks later after the question answer session. If anybody wants to ask a question, please raise your hands. We'll unmute and be specific to which speaker you're addressing. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Prakasham.
Yes, sir.
So you said that RO water is not potable, no?
RO water per se is it tastes all right, but the mineral content is reduced considerably to say like something like 30 ppm or 20 ppm or something like that, parts per million. And the water quality standard where it was put in many years ago. I even talked with one of the original participants in that. Is 500 milligrams per liter of salt has to be there. But now an RO water, if you take it from RO system itself, it's anywhere between 30 to 40 to 50. So it is very low. Unless you supplement salt to that water, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and all that kind of stuff, it wouldn't be good because body, the osmotic balance around the cells will be diminished. And over a long period of time, RO water is not healthy unless they supplemented with the minerals to bring back the minerals into that.
Is it available in US bottled water?
See, that is again marketing and branding. See, in Naperville, where I live, I directly take the water from the tap and drink it. But bottled water is convenient to carry with them. And so they take it because they don't know how many people touch the other faucets and so on and so forth. That's maybe that kind of a thing. That why that thing is popular in the sense they get minerals from other vegetables and meat and things like that. And maybe drinking a couple of glasses of water during the work period, it may not be that bad. But if they continue to drink the same bottled water in the houses also, which is RO treated, if it doesn't have the salt content, it has a detrimental effect on the health. That is the World Health Organization. Is a big report on that.
Anybody for the next question?
Dr. Vijay. Vijay, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. I have unmuted.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah. My question is directed at respected Sir Sam Kannappan. Thank you, sir, for an excellent talk, an enlightening talk. It's really exciting to note that there is a Tamil chair which is going to be established at University of Houston. My question is, what will be the scope of research at the University of Houston Tamil chair with regards to old Tamil literature? Are there plans already? Thank you, sir.
Okay. Like I said, among the chairs in USA, we discussed it, and each chair has taken a specific focus area. We will be publishing that soon. The Harvard Tamil chair is the one which deals with Sangam literature and ancient Tamil things. Now, the Houston chair, we decided to focus on trade, traditions, and culture. So our Houston chair is not really going to sponsor a lot of projects about Sangam Tamil literature that is under Harvard University. Same way, Stony Brook has its own focus, Berkeley has its focus. Also, Toronto, Canada is now coming up with their own activities. So we have a coordinating committee between all these chairs so that each one can focus an area. So ours is trade, culture, and traditions. Anything about ancient India, Rajaraja Solan, through today's activities in trade, culture, traditions, we will take it up, and it will go, we will start in July or August 2021, the research programs, and we will be asking for ideas. We will submit all the proposals coming in to the dean at the University of Houston, and then their academic council will look at it and see the relevance. And of course, this is to bring the Tamil culture to the future generations. Here we have a lot of kids from India growing up in USA, and also now quite a bit of Americans get interested about India. So for those two group of audiences, we will tailor the research programs so that they can also participate. And we hope to will get to some PhD students in the coming years. After we will have a professor, that would be after we deposited $2 million, that would bring in 4% income, interest. That is what we would spend on programs. The rest of the fund would grow year after year. So in another 50 years from now, University of Houston Tamil Chair would be worth a lot more money with it. The capital would not be spent. It's only the income, 4%, we would spend it.
Thank you very much, sir. This contribution is tremendous vis-a-vis the growth of Tamil culture and Tamil understanding worldwide, sir. I wish you all success. I wish you and your team all success, sir. Thank you.
Mikka Nandri.
Mikka Nandri, sir.
Anybody else? Dr. Prakasham, what is your suggestion for treatment of sewage water entering lakes, city lakes?
That's a great question. See, anything that enters the lake, first of all, if we find the source, the sewage, if it's a domestic sewage, first of all, we have to find a way to divert it in the first place. Or if we cannot do it, this is the same situation in Vijayanagaram, because a lot of sewage water is entering into this particular big reservoir, you call it, 170 acres man-made lake. That continues to happen in many parts of the country. The way to do it is, first of all, if we can minimize that thing, that entry of that, and treat it separately, that's the best way to do it. And then you have that. But if you can do it, depending on the hydraulics of the system, the capacity of the lake, or whatever that you have, we can devise a system to treat it in situ, meaning in the lake itself. We can do that. Any damage that is caused over decades, discharging sewage into the lakes and so forth, cannot be undone overnight. It will take some time. The proof of the pudding is in the lake itself in Vijayanagaram. It is very well laid out hydraulically. There is no need of pumps, no need of electricity or anything like that to drive these pumps and things like that, because undependable power in India, in a lot of places. So this is a natural system that I designed based on photosynthesis. And where there were no fish, I asked the forestry department to see the last phase of the treatment with fishlings. And Mother Nature has this resilience. They came back. And I told them, once in a while, there may be a turnover of the lake, or maybe if the temperature is very hot, the oxygen that we need to provide, either artificially or naturally, if it doesn't satisfy the demand of the sewage to be treated, there may be a fish kill. And believe it or not, once it happened, where there were not even a single fish in the lake, in the newspaper it was reported. Fortunately, I read that supplement on that day. I don't know how it happened. I read it. I don't read that paper that much. 7 tons of fish died, according to the report. There was not even one fish. It came back. Mother Nature has that nature, and when you seed it with fishlings. So what I'm saying is, in situ, we can treat the sewage that is entering, because we need to provide the oxygenation for that, either either naturally or artificially, that I don't know. It depends on the local situation. We have to design based on how much of sewage is entering and what is the capacity of the water to absorb that pollution even in spite of providing the oxygen and so forth. It can be done. If there is a large volume of water, but that water is polluted only with some small percentage of sewage every day for the last so many decades, it can be undone. Even then, it will take some time. We can design a system. The lake can be purified with artificial oxygenation. We can do that. So this is a design concept. You know, to explore the history of that lake and what kind of strength of the sewage is getting in there, how much of water is there in the lake, and that kind of stuff. We can design a system based on that. Yes, it can be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Anybody else? Mr.
Yes.
Ramachandra, please.
Yeah. I am the Charter President of Rotary Club of Coimbatore, Wind City. Recently, we have taken a project of treating effluent water to agriculture use. So my question is to Prakasamji, how to use it for growing trees. Since from 2021 July, we are into environmental activities as well. How to grow trees with effluent water? This is my question. Better way, technically.
So if you said you're going to grow trees, that's a very good way of approaching it. First of all, you're not growing edible crops. Excellent. Trees grow, they have a trunk, they go longitudinal like this. So the water doesn't come in contact with any materials like leafy vegetables that you want to grow or something like that. So actually, there is a quality standard for agriculture for the water that you want to irrigate with. There is some water quality standards. But if you treat the water, the sewage effluent, first of all, if raw sewage, also they did it in way back in Paris, sewage forming, they did it. Again, if it's isolated, it's okay. It's no problem because people who work in the field have to be hygienically conditioned. They have to wear gloves and stuff like that. And they pick up the vegetables or cutting the trees or shrubs or whatever, maintaining the plantation. Apart from that, the agricultural quality of the effluent, there are standards. We can achieve them. It's much easier to achieve. Even fecal coliforms could be there. It doesn't matter. Less than 1,000 bacteria for 100 ml or things like that. It can be done.
Thank you.
That is relatively easy, actually, to grow trees. But I don't want you to grow leafy vegetables and get that effluent into contact with leafy vegetables and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Thank you.
Can we have the vote of thanks? Rotarian Palnithan from Rotary Club of Galaxy.
Gopi, Dr. Nirmala wanted to ask a question.
Okay.
Doctor, unmute yourself.
Unmute and ask.
I would like to ask Prakasham ji. Sir, for cleansing water on a very small scale, is there any possibility to use microbes?
Using microbes to clean it. I don't think, why do you want to do that? If there is water already, a potable quality of water, and then it's only contaminated with bacteria, just simply heating will do it. Why bother treating with bacteria? If there's sewage, there may be some things we can do by seeding it with bacteria and stuff like that in actual treatment of sewage itself, particularly with specific characteristics of the sewage. We can develop this flora in sewage treatment very easily, no problem. But if it's a specific waste, industrial waste or something like that, like cyanide or something is there, then we can bio-addition, augmentation, there are things like that we can do. But if just only clean water, I go to my sister's house in Visakhapatnam. I tell her, she's afraid that I might get something. I said, Akka, just boil the water and give it to me. That's enough. Whenever some people go there, India and come back, sick, but I rarely felt sick in India. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Nirmala, I'll send you some information on this NASA research about microwave-phased water decontamination system. I'll send it to you.
Thank you, sir.
Please do, sir.
Really,
Share it with us and we'll share it with everybody.
To add to Mr. Kannappan thing the other day, the urine in the spacecraft, they process the urine and drink the water that they get from there repeatedly. So, okay, technology is there, we can do it. How expensive it is going to be, that's a big problem. Economics.
Yeah. See, we have 4 projects from NASA. One is what is called pre-treatment solution for water recovery, reduces the amount of precipitates caused by urinary calcium, sulfate ions, and sulfuric acid, creating less acidic brines. That's one. The other one is microwave-phased water contamination system, eradicates bacteria and biofilm. The third one is contaminated water treatment. This one is also again referred to as a urinal cell. These are all done for spacecraft to reuse the urine. The fourth one is drain system for pools and spas and tanks. This is done in NASA in Huntsville, Alabama. So all these are available, but they're all at the patent and the concept and the pilot state, and needs to be developed to the practical size. Whomever wants, I can send them more information on these projects.
Yes,
Thank
sir. Please send, sir. With proper dilutions, it can be used. Urine can be used with proper dilutions. It can be used even for home gardens. Actually, they are just making even fertilizers out of it.
Yep.
They have some treatment like with that treatment, they are just making fertilizers. It can be reused, but proper dilution should be there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Actually, separation of feces from the urine, there's the eco-sand plates are there, the plates, and you can shoot the urine into one thing and the feces go into the pit. So you separate it, there are barrels there, the urine get collected. You said that, Nirmala, that can be done, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry. Any more questions? Now to Mr. Palnappan for vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. On behalf of Rotary Coimbatore Galaxy, extend a hearty vote of thanks to all delegates for their presence and contribution to make this meeting exemplary. I extend my thanks to our honorable chief guest, Mr. Sam Kannappan and Dr. Prakasam Tata to take out their time from the busy schedule and to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on impact in India after US election and role of Rotarians in wastewater management, respectively. Thank you all. Good day.
Thank you.
President, meeting adjourned.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Okay.
Thanks for all of you. Good night.
I need somebody's contact, email and so forth for me to contact you in case I come to visit you guys and so forth.
Oh, we actually wanted to ask you when is your next visit to India so that we can do this lake treatment. Thanks. We will send it to you, sir. We have your email ID. We will
I
write
appreciate
you.
it, Dr. Gopi. I really appreciate it because I want to, after this pandemic, probably next July, I'm hoping with this vaccine and all that thing. Dr. Nirmala can tell us probably what the prognosis when this COVID-19 is going to go away for us to safely travel, for me and Kannappan also to go to India together maybe. I want to see him in Houston, of course. And this is tough. And please send me, Dr. Gopi, your thing. Huh?
Definitely we'll do, sir. Definitely we'll do. Our president
I
will
want to
write.
have temples there around.
Right.
Coimbatore, Kumbakonam, right? I was telling Kannappan also the same thing. Yeah.
We'll be
My
glad
wife,
to host you.
she's in that we went to a lot of places this time also. And in February before the lockdown. Yeah. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, sir. Thank you so much.
See, if somebody is interested in doing the plastic and associating with us, the plastic project. That's my heart and soul right now.
Good. Right, sir. I will get in touch with you.
Maybe tell Dr. Burgan, your director, to see if he can chip in some dollars for this project.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Kannappan sir.
Sir. Have a
Kannappan
good
sir,
day.
to you, have a good day. You look very, as though you're getting married, you dress like that. You see. Thank you.
Rotary jacket. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sam sir, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. God bless.